Hey everyone, welcome back. I don't know about you, but when I'm thinking about hubs, for me is mostly this, DT Swiss. I almost never buy their wheels. I usually buy hubs and I build from scratch. But this time I decided to try a set of M1900, which is their entry-level all-mountain wheel sets. Let's check them out. And this is considered to be a bit more of an entry-level wheel set because it doesn't have the ratchet system. It uses the 3-paws free hubs. This is the Spline M1900, this signifying the weight of the wheel set as well. And in my case, I went for the 30mm internal. They also have a 25 and a 35mm internal rim. When ordering these wheel sets, they're gonna say 6-bolt / center lock. That is because the hubs are center lock. They do provide the adapter here to install 6-bolt rotors on them. Otherwise, the wheels are built with straight pull hubs, which I'm not a fan of if I was to build the wheels, mostly because it's just hard to keep the spokes from rotating. Talking about the spokes, these are DT Champion, so no button spokes here, but these are stronger, and these are 28 spokes per wheel. It's been a while since I saw eyelets on the rims, but if you are interested in the details of these rims, they're all printed here. And on the decal here, you're gonna see DT Swiss, obviously 30mm, which is the width of the rim, and more information about it here, including maximum PSI and things like that. 30mm is the ID of the rim, so the internal dimension, and these are tubeless ready. They come taped with the DT Swiss tape, which I actually like quite a bit, and you get the valves for it, so the wheels are ready to go straight out of the box. In this little booklet, you're not going to get much of anything, but you do get this other big user manual that's going to give you some information on the tire width, pressure recommended, and the shape of the tire on the rim. Quite useful if you're not familiar with that. Also here in the adapter tiny box, you're going to get an installation manual for it. Again, if you want to run a 6-bolt rotor with these center lock hubs, and the lock ring is also included. This works with 15, 12, and QR axles. I mentioned that these cheaper wheels don't come with a ratchet system. This is a 3-paw free hub. However, you can find all the modern free hubs you might think of. In here, I have a micro spline for Shimano 12-speed. Also, with the new 350s, DT just announced the availability of some kits, so you can convert even these hubs to the ratchet system. The free hubs give you 24 clicks, so that comes up to 15 degrees. I know it's a slow engagement compared to other hubs, but they work just fine. And if you're wondering about sound, this can be made louder depending on whether you use grease or oil to lube up the paws. Rear wheel weight is 1,075 grams. Front is at 954, so a bit over 2,000 grams for the set. And if you were to use them with a little rotor adapter, that adds about 42 grams for each wheel, which makes them kind of porky overall. So I would get dedicated center lock rotors for this. As of late, I've used the XT M800 and they're great. So what about the 1900 representing the series weight? Well, again, that is the series weight, and it's probably measured with a 27.5 wheel, 25mm ID. This is a 29er wheel set with 30mm ID. But again, this is an all-mountain wheel set, so I'm going to use it with heavy tires. I have a front DHF and a dissector rear, so 100 grams up or down I don't think are going to be that noticeable. Also, the height of this rim is 20mm, so wide and shallow, which is the modern design for good compliance. When installing the tires on these rims, as long as the tire is in the channel, like you see it on this side, you should be able to install the tire without using tire levers, like I'm trying to do here one-handed. Here we go. The DT Swiss provided valves are pretty good. They seal well. Would be even nicer if they're black. And to install this other side of the tire, remember to always start on the opposite side of the valve, and again make sure you push it all the way into the channel or the rim channel, And when you complete it here, you should be able again to do it with your bare hands, no tire levers required. And if the tire is pretty tight on the rim like it is over here, you should be able to inflate it tubeless from the get-go, either using a good floor pump or a compressor. So very easy to install tubeless, and overall a really well built set of wheels, even though they are not the lightest out there. If you look carefully at the new bike builds, especially the more expensive ones, they're going to come with wheels like this, which I hope is a statement for their longevity and performance. With the crazy times that we live in, if you can find a set of wheels like this, I think I would highly recommend it. I am planning to install it on a new bike that I'm building, but more about that in the future videos. What do you guys think? Interested in the entry-level DT Swiss wheels and rims? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, hope to see you folks on the trails. Cheers, guys. Cheers.